Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are taking a look at the ancient Norse myth and magic Runic Oracle. This is by Richard Lister and Selena Moon, published by Rockpool, retailing for $26.95 in the US and $19.99 in the UK. Thank you so much to Rockpool for sending this my way, and of course, as always, in the description box below, I will link where you can legitimately purchase this should you want to. All right, includes 44 cards and a guidebook. Explore your inner Viking, or I'm going to mispronounce this on purpose, Volva, through runic wisdom and Norse mythology. Got to be careful with the censorship. In Runic Oracle, rune expert Richard Lister shares the power and lore of the ancient Nordic myths, harnessing the strength of the gods and goddesses of the frozen north. Use this deck to tap into the universal energy known as weird to discover intuitive answers to your questions. All right, I love a rune deck, so I'm quite excited. Very cool. Oh, this is looking really fun. Okay. Ooh, we got gilded edges. I already took the wrapping off so we didn't have to see me struggle. All right. So we have a nice table of contents. Nice. Introduction, how to use the Oracle, ways to read your Oracle, readings to try, and other ways to work with the Oracle. Then we have rune cards, each of them with their own page number, and the deity cards. Awesome. All right. Some information, background, note on pronunciation. Okay, we know that I need this. In this deck, I've simplified the language I use to make it easier to read for people who speak and read English as a first language like me. The names of the runes and gods are from ancient Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden, which means they are slightly different from how we speak today. I've used English letters to represent Scandinavian ones with sounds we may not be used to. Please feel free to use the Old Norse or modern Scandinavian names instead if that flows for you. All pronunciations are my version of how to say the words using UK English. Okay. So these cards tap into an essence that flows through us all, from the rocks and the walls around us to your dog, cat, potted plant, and you. This energy is known as the weird in Old Norse cosmology. It is a binding link, web, or weave, kind of like a woolly jumper, but where your jumper contains thousands of threads, the weird is billions of threads. When you pull on a thread on your jumper, the surrounding threads feel this effect. Similarly, when you are in a bad mood, it affects those around you. This is a manifestation of the weird. While the effects are external, what you do with them is up to you. This oracle comes in two halves or parts, the rune cards and deity cards. So the 24 rune cards and then the deity cards. Information on that. Okay. All right, we have a 3-card draw. The resonance pool. So you can use this however you want. There's some examples in here. Moon phases may resonate a certain way. Phases of the year. Awesome. Okay. And then it goes into the meanings. All right, we'll come back to that guidebook after the flip through. This is a high gloss. That back is gorgeous. Galaxy in the back. It is Rockpool cardstock. Very similar to the Seasons of the Witch Oracle, if you're familiar with that. Flexible but snapping back. That high gloss is nice. That's going to protect the quality of your card. And we have that golden edging. Okay, let's get into it. Number, title, and then we have some keywords. Nice. Okay. Already, it's very fun. Very dynamic. It's reminding me a lot of like the Queen of the Moon Oracle. A couple of other ones that I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now, just how the art is done, and I like that. I really do like the keywords on here because it's very beginner friendly. So that means if you're not very familiar with the runes, it's giving you extra help here for your intuition. It's like you know when they use wands in fantasy movies? It's like that to me, where it's the outline the wand is making, where the rune is left. Hopefully that makes sense. My mind is out there. This could also help you if you're trying to make a sigil with runes or any kind of warding with runes, because you can kind of go in and look at the keywords and help with that and put a couple runes together. So cute. It's really pretty, very dynamic, gives those intuitive hits. It's not gentle, but it does feel very straightforward, but it feels welcoming, if that makes sense. It's not holding your hand, but it is giving you that welcoming space, if that makes any sense at all. It's walking side by side with you. Oh, here we go. And of course, we've got Loki. I feel like if you make any god deck nowadays, you really do have to have Loki. He's such a popular deity that a lot of people like to work with. Or just very well known. Same with Freya. The Fates. Oh yeah, we have Thor too. I like the addition of the symbols in the back, or the runes in the back. Very pretty, very fun. Let's see how it shuffles. Whoop! That was all me. There we go. All right, I want to see side by side here. Yeah, it shuffles just as I expect for the cardstock. I like it. It's gliding just fine. Very flexible, snapping back, not an issue. Yeah, Okay, we're going to read for Odin. The keywords on the card say journey, adventure, curiosity, and nobility. All right, so up top, the same keywords, picture of the card art, and then we have some more information. So totems, spear, wolf, and raven. Color, oak brown. Crystal is garnet. Element is fire. Planet, Mercury. Gift, leadership, and challenge, narcissism. And over on the right, we have inspiration. How can I lead myself to victory? Affirmation, sacrifice now for greater glory. When Odin shows up in a reading or life. Odin is the king of gods, and he got there in brutal fashion. He is a master tactician and acts for what he perceives as the best course of action. Odin has been put across as dispassionate and calculated, but this is not true. Odin acts with passion and purpose. One of Odin's main stories is how he attained the runes. He sacrificed himself to himself for wisdom. He did this by hanging on Yggdrasil, the world tree, for several days while being stabbed with his spear, a little like he did to Gullveig. What Odin calls for is sacrifice and adaptation now to access rewards in the future. Odin asks you to look into the course of your life and see what you need to sacrifice. What do you need to sacrifice to yourself to achieve what you want to achieve? What will you give up to achieve what you have oathed to achieve? Where are your goals leading you? What do you need to achieve these goals? Odin gave up his eye for wisdom. Don't do that. Odin's pattern, his plan, has an order to it. He decides what he needs and works out what he should do next to get to the next place. For magic, he decided to learn from Gullveig. When that did not work, he moved his plans in a different direction. Odin adapts to overcome. How can you adapt to further your mission? Okay, I'm really liking this because of the type of guidebook it is. So it gives you a lot of information. It gives you inspiration and an affirmation. It gives you background. It gives you a lot here to go with. I just want to check the runes. Same with the runes. I love that. Okay. Very cool. This is different from other rune oracles that I have. Not that it's any better or worse than the others. It's just different. And I like that the gods were in here as well. Makes it for a fuller deck, as well as you can utilize it just with the runes separately or with all of them together or with the gods. There's a lot of different ways that you can use this deck, which I like. Perfect for beginners, like I said, and it's a good way for you to get to know the runes as symbols, how they could be used in your practice, and how they can be used in your day-to-day. Very, very cool. Quality is great. I don't have an issue with it. I like the artwork. I'm really, really stoked about the guidebook. I think that that's really, really awesome to see. So with that being said, I would love to know what your thoughts are on this deck. Is this something that you're excited about? Is this something that you think you need? What is your favorite way to use runes? Do you like to use runes in an oracle, or do you prefer them as the actual runes? I would love to know that too. With that being said, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. And if you've made it this far in the video, drop a, I wonder if there's a lightning bolt emoji. I'm not sure. Thunder, that sort of a thing. Your favorite weather emoji down in the comment section to let me know you have. Thank you so much to Rockpool for sending this my way. And thank you all for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.